Hey, Collider fans, this is John Roca here. The Avengers Infinity War trailer finally dropped. Super excited to talk about this, go shot by shot, frame by frame, sequence by sequence, and explain to you what's happening in the trailer and maybe catch some things that you didn't catch the first 20 or 30 times you watched the trailer, and maybe offer some ideas of what might be happening in the movie that's being hinted at in the trailer. So let's get going. Ready? 3, 2, 1. All right, the first shot we have is this alien planet. It's got this orange, kind of brownish hue to it. And we see below the atmosphere, beneath the atmosphere, we see these little mini explosions happening. Could that be a battle raging, or is that just kind of some kind of lightning storm or something? We will see. And then the next shot, of course, is Tony Stark there. He looks really emotionally distraught. Maybe he's just seen an Avenger die. We've had the rumors that there will be Avengers dying in these two Infinity War movies. So there's certainly possible that Tony has just seen someone die right in front of him, or maybe the battle has been lost and he's embracing the fact that they have absolutely lost to Thanos. The next shot is Bruce Banner, discombobulated, and he is sitting there half naked at the bottom of some building he has crashed through, probably as Hulk, because the next shot is Doctor Strange and Wong looking down at him, and above them you can see the hole in the ceiling. So it looks to me like Hulk has crashed through the Sanctum Sanctorum on Bleecker Street and landed at the bottom of their building, and they're just staring at him. The next sequence is the shot of Paul Bettany opening these curtains. This is Paul Bettany in human form. So this is the first time we're seeing Vision in human form. It's a huge deal. Elizabeth Olsen's there with him, Scarlet Witch. And this is also confirmation that the Scarlet Witch Vision relationship, romantic relationship that we've seen in the comics, is now fully realized in the movies. They share a tender caress of each other's faces, and we see the Mind Stone glowing in the middle of Paul Bettany's head there. All right, the next shot is Chris Hemsworth. He is looking through what look to be portals or maybe monitors or windows, but that is definitely the Guardians of the Galaxy ship. For those of us who saw the 4.5-minute footage at D23 and at San Diego Comic-Con, it begins with Thor, Chris Hemsworth landing on the windshield of the Guardians of the Galaxy ship. All right, the next sequence is Bruce Banner, and looks like he is talking to Black Widow. He is tinkering with this arm from the Hulkbuster outfit, or armor. What is that all about? And it looks like they're on Wakanda. Now remember, Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow, and Hulk had a romantic relationship in Ultron, Age of Ultron, and maybe this is the first time they're seeing each other in 2 years. If you remember Thor Ragnarok, Thor tells Bruce Banner when he comes out of being the Hulk that he's been gone for 2 years. Then we go inside to the Sanctum Sanctorum. We see the New York foursome there: Wong, Doctor Strange, Bruce Banner, and Tony Stark. Tony Stark starts walking towards the doors. He opens one of the doors, walks out into the street, and we see people running by the windows of the door, so clearly something is happening. Then the next shot is Tom Holland as Peter Parker. His hairs are standing on end, which means Spidey sense. I know people were complaining that there wasn't a lot of Spidey sense, or there wasn't any Spidey sense in Spider-Man Homecoming. Well, it's confirmed there will be Spidey sense in Avengers Infinity War. Tom Holland turns around quickly, and he looks to see the alien spaceship sitting there in the sky. It's got this ring-type shape. And then we see a shot from the spaceship angle. We see the gears moving around and around, and we see the rooftop buildings in New York. But what's big to catch here is the color scheme of the ship. It may mean nothing, but it may mean something huge, because it is red and silver, which is the exact color scheme of Ultron in Age of Ultron. So has Thanos rebirthed Ultron to take on the Avengers? We shall see. And then we see the New York foursome out in the street. Certainly there's been some battles going on here, because we see the rubble everywhere. Doctor Strange in full combat form. Then we see Tony Stark kind of a few steps ahead of them. We see Bruce Banner. We see Wong. Tony Stark, look in the center of his chest. Is that a T-shirt with an arc reactor, or is that an arc reactor in the middle of his chest for real? Why has he gone back to that? We shall find out, I imagine, in the film. All right, the next sequence we have is Loki walking amongst these dead bodies. I imagine these are the dead bodies of Asgardians, because if you remember at the end of Thor Ragnarok, they escape on the ship with all these Asgardians, but then in the post-credit sequence, Thanos' ship shows up. So he may be coming to get what looks like, in the next shot, the Tesseract. That's right. It looks like Loki took the Tesseract when he went down into the vault to get to birth Surtur to destroy Asgard so that they could escape and from Hela. And it looks like he took the Tesseract while he was down there, because you remember in the movie he walks right by it or pauses by it. And then the next shot we have Thanos in all his full purple glory coming out of this black smoke portal, and infers that Loki is giving the Tesseract to Thanos. Thanos surveys. It looks like he's on the alien planet looking around. Then the next shot we have is Spider-Man or Peter Parker rather, as Spider-Man in the uniform that Tony Stark offered him at the end of Spider-Man Homecoming. So he has landed, well, it looks to be he's landed on the spaceship. Then the next shot is Thor. It looks like he is in the engine room of the Asgardian ship, possibly trying to save it from the attack from Thanos. Then the next shot is, this next sequence is pretty cool. It is some alien warrior throwing a spear-type weapon at a man in black, in silhouetted black there. The man catches the weapon. And if you pause it, if you go back just a couple seconds and pause it, it looks to me like that's Proxima Midnight from the Black Order, Thanos' Black Order. And we saw these figures show up at D23, so it looks very clearly like it's her. Then we see, and we know that this is probably Captain America, because the next shot or sequence here is Black Panther. Chadwick Boseman saying one of the iconic lines of the trailer, "Get this man a shield." And then coming out of the dark, literally and figuratively, is Steve Rogers there in his full bearded glory. That's a good-looking man right there. But is this Steve Rogers, or is this Nomad? Now, you're going to have to do some research to find out about Nomad in the Captain America storyline. This is all happening on the heels of Civil War, the separation between Tony and Steve. So what does this mean? Who is Steve Rogers? Is he coming back to be Captain America, or is he coming back to be Nomad? We shall find out, because there have been all these rumors that Chris Evans might be leaving Marvel, might be leaving the Captain America the character, and maybe Sebastian Stan stepping in, or maybe Anthony Mackie stepping in. So this may be his way of still staying in the Captain America universe, but not necessarily being Captain America. All right, the next shot is the Hulkbuster armor, fully constructed, landing on Wakanda from a jump. Then we get some quick shots of Black Widow stabbing someone with a spear. Maybe she's stabbing Proxima Midnight. Then we had these alien spires kind of landing in the earth. And then we go back to Wakanda in full battle. We see Captain America throwing punches. We see Black Panther punching this four-armed creature. Then we go back to the planet, the alien planet that we'd seen at the beginning of the trailer. Thanos slams Spider-Man into the ground in his new armor, or new outfit rather. Then we see Tony Stark looking over his shoulder. Maybe something has occurred to wake him out of the place that he was at the beginning of the trailer, where he is rocking back and forth with his eyes closed. And then we see the next sequence. We see the next shot is what we've been waiting to see and we knew was coming. Vision in his full outfit now, having the Mind Stone removed from his head. I think this looks to me the weapon. A lot of people are thinking it's Loki's staff that he's using, but this might be another member of Thanos' Black Order. Maybe it's Corvus Glaive using his glaive to remove that stone from Vision's head. All right, the next sequence we have is Thanos. He is putting into the Infinity Gauntlet the two stones that he is going to use to give him the beginning of the power that he's going to have with the Infinity Gauntlet. It is the power and the Space Stone. And of course, the Space Stone is what's in the Tesseract, which is what it looked like Loki was offering him earlier in the trailer. Thanos walks forward in full-fisted glory and absolutely cold cocks Iron Man into the ground. I haven't seen MMA fights end this brutally. The next shot we have is back on Wakanda. We see Bucky Barnes. He is de-thawed. Sebastian Stan de-thawed there. The Winter Soldier cocking his rifle, ready to use it in a battle on Wakanda. Black Panther getting ready to battle as well. Then the next shot is a big shot of all the battle happening on Wakanda. On the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, you see Falcon coming into frame, but you also see the Hulkbuster armor there in full battle. Then we get a close-up of Falcon shooting his weapons during the battle, and then we get a shot of these creatures coming out of the jungles to fight the warriors of Wakanda. They're rushing towards them as well. Then the next shot is the money shot. The Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes. We see Black Widow. We see Captain America. We see the Hulk back there. We see Okoye. Denai Guerrero is there. We see Black Panther. And then up top, don't miss that we have to the right, you see Falcon coming in. And on the left, you see War Machine. Hey, War Machine joining the party to come into this battle as well. Then we get the Avengers logo. We get the Avengers title of Avengers Infinity War. And then we cut to Thor with the eye patch. It looks like he's all covered in dirt. So it looks like he just survived a battle. He is on the ship, looking over to his right, and he's asking, "Who are these guys? Who are you guys?" And it is the Guardians of the Galaxy. What a great shot of them all. And we get Teenage Groot. Teenage Groot. He's put down the controller from his video games and looks like he wants to participate now in this battle. And then we have Mantis with them. All right, that is all the sequences, all the shots there, explaining to you some of the storylines that maybe hinted at, some of the Easter eggs that are there, or things we're going to be seeing in the movie as well. The movie comes out in May of 2018. If we missed anything, leave comments below. Let me know if there's anything that you think happened in there that you want us to talk about. But hopefully we've covered everything in there. So thanks a lot for listening. Thanks a lot for watching. Please subscribe for more content. There's going to be a lot more videos for Avengers Infinity War coming out from us here at Collider. So don't miss it. Thanks, everyone, and we will talk to you next time on Collider Video.